So I'm back. I really, I'm really very appreciative of all the views that I've gotten on this YouTube that I did for the 2023 predictions, channeled mindset. I wasn't really sure what to call it because it came through in all different ways. But what I wanted to do was come on today and really thank you all for all your views, for all your comments, for all your likes, and letting you know that I've never been a big YouTube person. I have my certain things that I go for, that I look for on there, energy medicine, different things that I'm interested in. But this was a real eye-opener for me. I knew that I had some messages that I wanted to come through with, and I did. But I also felt like there was so much more attached to it. And when I started looking at the comments, there was a lot of comments from people saying things like, this, we need to have more of this. We need to do this more. And I think when I was reading it, I read it as they wanted me to do more channeling on YouTube. But really and truly, I feel like what you're asking for is for you to do more of it. So I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to go ahead and go into a channeled state. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that we touched on in the first video. I've already done my grounding. I've already asked Spirit to come in. I've asked Archangel Michael to come in. I've asked Gabriel to help us with communication. And I always bring in Eros because he's the god of love. And for me, all my messages are based on love. I thought it was interesting that, and this is me still talking, I was thinking that it was interesting that it came up that someone mentioned that this was more like lifestyle coaching. And I get that a lot. When I do my readings with my clients, I get that a lot. They ask me for advice. They ask me for more mentorship. And when I saw lifestyle coaching, it made me chuckle, and I loved it because I've never thought of myself as a coach. I never have been a coach in that respect. I've been a teacher and I've been a mentor, and I consider myself a guide. So when I'm channeling information, I consider that it's guidance from above, guidance from source, guidance from your guides, as well as mine, guidance from the angels. And so I thought coach was an interesting word. I usually like to call myself a mentor or a guide. And I'm going to add something to that. So for a very long time in my meditations and when I'm connecting with spirit and in my writings, I do a lot of, I've done a lot of channeled writings, and I've actually put them in some books recently. So that's really exciting. I'll tell you more about that on a different video, but what I've noticed is that when things come through this way, for me, a lot of times it's in writing. And one of the things that came through was that we need to look at life in a different way. And instead of considering it a lifestyle, wouldn't it be wonderful if we considered it a love style? So keep that in mind. I call myself a love style guide or a love style mentor, because the things that I bring to you and the things that I bring up in my channel are really things that will enrich your life and teach you how to love your life in a new way, teach you how to love in relationships in a new way. So yes, I consider myself a coach, but it's really a love style mentor or a love style coach. So just consider yourself blessed to have a love style instead of a lifestyle, perhaps. And I feel this pressure in my head. It's starting to come through. They're saying enough of that. Let's get to the channeling. So, and I think I've explained in my other video, when I look off to the side, it's because I'm bringing in information, and I'm going to tell you how this comes in because I think it's important for all of us to channel. And all of us to learn how to do this. So when I feel it coming in, I feel pressure, usually on the left side. Today, it's like more on the right, and it's like on my neck area. And they're wanting me to touch on the part where I talk about, in the first video, where I talk about writing. And I talk about writing, and they're saying, yes, this is good. So it's the automatic writing. They want an exercise attached to this. My guides, just bear with me, because my guides give homework all the time. And I think it's kind of interesting because it's something that I'd like to see how this audience really picks up on this, and maybe put some comments in the comment section about how it goes for you. So they're asking that what we do is that when we are in meditation, doing a walking meditation, a lying down meditation, sitting meditation, whatever it is that you do to clear your mind, they're asking that you take some deep breaths. They're asking that you just allow whatever's coming through to do so. And the best way to explain this is this is what I would do. And I've been doing this for years, and I still do it. And this is how a lot of my creative writing is coming in. And I say creative because it's the creator. It's not necessarily me being creative. It's coming through this channel. And so what they're asking you to do is sit with your hands on the keys of your computer. Close your eyes and take in a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. You know, that technique where you do 4 breaths in, hold it for 6, and then exhale for 8 is a really good one. It's good for all kinds of things. It's good for your health, but it's also good to clear the conscious mind, to really get into the subconscious. And what they're asking you to do at this point is put your hand on the keys with eyes closed and just begin to type what is in your head. So when they say type what is in your head, they mean allow those things that feel like thoughts to come through. And you know, we all know how to type without looking at the keys. That's the beauty of this. And whatever comes out, comes out. They're asking to let it flow. They're asking to not think about it. Don't backspace and delete. Don't go back and fix it. Don't think about the grammar. Just type, and just type whatever wants to come out. They're saying that in order to really do this fully, do it for about 5 to 10 minutes. That seems like a long time. I know a good song is usually about 3.5, but try to do it for 5 to 10 minutes of just eyes closed and fingers going on the keys. And they're saying that this is the reason why this is important is because you are trying to discern. When you're typing, you're trying to discern, is that my thought? Is that something coming in? Where did that come from? And if you're hearing, where did that come from? Type more of where did that come from? Because they're saying what we don't realize is the information that's coming in that seems unique or creative or unusual, or we tell ourselves, what is that thought about? Where did that come from? Why did I think about that person out of nowhere? Those are the things that messages bring, the messages that Spirit is bringing through to you. Your guides are opening you up for those messages. So I want you to do this technique for a little bit, and I want you to try it for a couple of days. And then I'd love, love, love for you to put comments here to let us know, how did that work for you? It's short and sweet today. That's really all I wanted to say. And I wanted to say thank you again for all the comments. I loved the ones that really paid attention and said, listen, weave unity, bringing the unity and the collective together. This is all about the love style that we're creating for ourselves. And it's all about the unity and the collective energy that we're gathering. So I'm getting chills through my body as I say that, because that's really, really important. Going into 2023, we are going to take all the things that we started to create in 2022 and turn them into magic this year. So stay tuned. Next video, we'll go into another technique. But right now, I just wanted to be able to share this with you. And then again, thank you, thank you, thank you for the 12,000 views that I was not expecting. All right. Peace to you all and love. Gather your thoughts on paper.